So let's move on to the next question now. Niti Aayog prepares dash. Okay, so this question is from Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog prepares the dash. The 5-year plan of a country. No, this is wrong. So earlier there was another body which later got replaced by the Niti Aayog. That was the Planning Commission. Okay. So initially when we became independent in 1947, 1951, our planning commission, okay, our planning commission gave the first 5-year plan. Okay. Subsequently, then 1956 we had another plan. Then 1961 we had another plan. Okay, so similarly for five years we used to plan, but when Niti Aayog came out, it started doing the yearly plans. Okay, yearly plans, half yearly plans, or there is no such time frame. Okay, simply we give a plan, then we keep on focusing on it until it is achieved. Okay, with certain targets, certain limited targets, of course. So first option is wrong. Then 5-year plans for the states, again this is also wrong. Annual plans for the country as well as states, yes, this is correct. Okay, Niti Aayog does this annual plan, 2 years plan, 3 years plan, that is done. Okay, so they have a fixed target. For example, we have a target that we have to double the farmers income. Very sorry. For example, we have a target, we have to double the farmers income till 2022. So that is a target, right? We have taken this target for, let's say, 2 years, and then we will also achieve it. For example, we have a target that we have to end the malaria by the year 2030. So that is a target. We want to end the tuberculosis till 2025. That is a target. We want to do Nal Se Jal. Okay, so everybody should get, all the households should get water. Okay, understanding, like that. Then we want to become a 5 trillion economy. Okay, again to 2024 we want to become a 5 trillion economy. So that is a target, right? So all these kind of targets are generally prepared by the government of India, and all the plans that are given the target. Okay, Niti Aayog basically works with all the companies, all the entities to further this cause. Okay, for example, the sustainable development goals have to be adopted. The United Nations has adopted the sustainable development goals, and we as a member of the United Nations, we have also said that we want to achieve 13 sustainable development goals by the year 2030 or 2025 or any other thing. So Niti Aayog will be taking care of all these things. To actually it will work with other companies. It will say them that these tasks has to be done by you. It will coordinate with them. Okay, so Niti Aayog basically plays the role of a coordinator of our country, okay, to make the things possible. Okay, so it is based on cooperative federalism, competitive federalism also, that I have already explained you in the previous videos. Let's go to the next question now. Indira Awas Yojana houses are given to the dash. Okay, so Indira Awas Yojana houses, this is a scheme where 1 lakh rupees to 2 lakh rupees kind of assistance is given to the houses who want to construct, who live in thatched roofs, who live in very poorly houses. Okay, so how can they live in a better house? So for that, some finance is given under the Indira Awas Yojana. This is a very old scheme, started in the year 2000. Okay, so basically this is for the BPL households. Okay, those households which come under the BPL. Now the next question, in which of the following countries the Balochistan plateau is located? So Balochistan plateau is located in Pakistan. That is the answer. Next question, what is the percentage of surface covered by India of the entire world? So in the entire world, as you know, in the entire world 70% is covered by water. If we talk roughly, 70% is covered by water and 30% is covered by the land. Out of this 30%, 2.4% is India. Getting my point? Okay, so we are 2.4%, not of the entire world. You can say land and sea combined. Okay, we are 2.4% of the only land area. Okay, of only the land area. Getting my point? Okay, 70% is water, right? 70% is water, only 30% is land. Out of this 30%, only 2% is India. Okay, like that. Oh, right. Now let's move to the next question. Which of the following places is also known as the island of pearls? Okay, which area do we call as the island of pearls? So Bahrain is called as the island of pearls. Basically, Bahrain is a Gulf country. Okay, Bahrain is a Gulf country. You can see it just near to, you can say, Saudi Arabia. Okay, Bahrain is there. Similarly, you can see near there, right? So now let's move to the next question. The Durand line is the boundary between which countries? So it is the line between India and Afghanistan. Similarly, if we just recall the things for your revision, India and Pakistan, the line between India and Pakistan is the Radcliffe line. Okay, the Radcliffe line is the line between India and Pakistan. Similarly, India China is the McMahon line. Okay, please remember this is McMahon, not McMahon line. Okay, he's not Indian. McMahon was a British general who came here and he did this thing. Okay, India China, that is McMahon line. Then, for example, you have LOC also as a demarcating line between India China. You also have the McDonald line between India China, that is also a line of distinction. Okay, so India and China have various other parts. So because of these all these kinds of line, actually there is a dispute between India and China. Okay, so cartographic dispute that we call. Okay, every other day China starts saying that this is also my land, so please leave this land. Okay, so this is because of the faulty British policies. They didn't make one single line, they made a lot of lines. Okay, then so next let's move on to the next question. In which of the following countries world's largest reserves of uranium is located? Okay, so the largest reserves of uranium is located in Canada. Please remember this answer is very, very important. Select one of the following: Chilika, Pulicat, Vembanad and Koleru. So which of the following is odd here? So as you can see, Chilika is a lagoon. Okay, Chilika is a lagoon. Pulicat is also a lagoon. So these two are the brackish water. Okay, these two are the brackish water. What do you understand by brackish water? Basically, brackish means their salt content is not so much. They are not fresh water for sure. Okay, they are not fresh water, but their salty content is also not so much. Okay, understanding. So they are called as brackish, right? Then when we talk about the Vembanad is basically the freshwater lake. Okay, it is a freshwater lake. And Koleru is again a salt water lake. Okay, so the correct answer here is Lake Vembanad. Apart from that, you can also remember some of the things of Vembanad. Vembanad is the longest lake of India. This is the longest lake of India, very, very important, and it is the largest lake of Kerala. Okay, this is the largest lake of Kerala, right? This is the largest lake of Kerala. Similarly, Chilika is the largest lagoon. Next, what is a kareva? So what is this kareva? A type of soil, a type of plant, a type of animal, and a type of tribe. So let me tell you that in Jammu and Kashmir areas, you can find small plants. Okay, small grasslands patch, small plants are there, and they give a certain pistil. Okay, in that plant there is a certain pistil, the female organ, that is called as the saffron. Okay, it's called as the saffron, and the soil on which the saffron grows well is called as karevas. Okay, so karevas is basically a type of soil on which the saffron is grown. So the next question is, which of the following is not correct? Okay, so we have to see the city and on the bank of which river it is located. So here Berlin is not located on the river Rhine. It is located on the bank of river Spree. Okay, so option A is correct here. Berlin is located on the bank of river Spree. London is located on the bank of river Thames, that is correct. New York on Hudson, that is correct. And Vienna on Danube, that is correct. Another important thing I would like to say you that Danube is the second longest river of Europe. Okay. Another surprising thing for Danube is that Danube is the river in the world which passes through the largest number of the countries. Okay. Largest number of countries. Okay. It passes through 10 countries, all in Europe. Okay, so this part is very, very important. Do remember this one. Danube, it is the second longest river of Europe, and it passes through 10 countries. Okay, so it passes through the largest number of countries in the world. Now let's see the next question. Which of the following group accounts for over 90% of India's annual coal production? Okay, 90% of India's annual coal production is from which of the states? So the correct answer is option D, Bihar, Odisha, West Bengal. Moving on to the next question, which national highway connects Amritsar with Kolkata via New Delhi? So I think this is out of the syllabus now in the 10th standard. Okay, you do not have the national highways anyway. But anyway, the answer is NH2. Okay. The next question, in which state the Guru Shikhar peak is located? So this is a question from the class 9th NCRT. Guru Shikhar peak is the highest peak of the Aravalli Hills. Okay, of the Aravalli Hills, and in the Mount Abu, right? In Mount Abu, in Aravalli Hills, you can see Guru Shikhar is the highest peak of Mount Abu. Okay, so it is in Rajasthan. The next question: Tehri hydropower project is located on which river? The answer is Bhagirathi River. Let's move on to the next question. These are the questions from history and they are very easy. Let's find out. In the context of which event we read about the activities of Mensheviks and Bolsheviks? Okay, Mensheviks and Bolsheviks were discussed in the Russian Revolution. The options are French Revolution, Russian Revolution, World War I, Indian National Movement. The correct answer is Russian Revolution.